Hello everyone and welcome back to Cross-Axis Games. Today we're actually doing a tutorial video on characters. So I want to start with Genji since I want to go down the line in the in-game character list. Things to note about Genji is that he is the most mobile flanker you can probably use in the game. He's probably also has the highest skill cap of all the characters in DPS. And he has two modes of fire. Of course, he's got his straight line 3 shuriken attack as well as his 3 shuriken spread. And what this allows him to do is fight at many different ranges, and so as well as fight different sizes of crowds. So if he wants to individualize strike people, he can use this mode, and if he wants to just fire into the crowd and increase his chances of hitting, then he can just right click. So that's obviously the two different styles of throwing, but I want to kind of cover into more complicated styles of play with him as opposed to just throwing your shuriken. You know, it's about where you need to be and when and who you need to be targeting. And so with Genji, he's actually the worst character in the meta right now with the tank heavy meta, simply because he's just, while he's really mobile and he can dish out quite a bit of damage, his damage per second may not be as high as we would like for taking out tanks, especially with the spread fire. And so what he really excels at is take advantage of his flank ability and his speed and his agility and get in the backline and focus the squishies, or try to one-on-one and disrupt the enemy DPS. And so I don't recommend soloing like I am right now, but I'm in a private game, so I don't really care. But see, like, this is a perfect opportunity. I forced out his ult so that this stupid AI can survive. And that's how that's done. So now the enemy team doesn't have a healer, or at least one of them's down. They probably have another. I think they have an Anna. And then once the team is engaged without the healer, then you move in. So I'm only focusing the Roadhog because his detention is not on me. So it's not like when I say he specializes in focusing squishies, it doesn't mean never focus the tanks. So it just depends on what your team needs. So if the Roadhog is getting ganked by 3 people, you can help quickly finish that fight so you can clean up the rest of the mess, because the tank, when you're firing at the tank, you're not firing at the DPS. And when you're not firing at the DPS is firing at you. So it's always best to quickly take out their main tank as soon as possible. Alright, let's just take advantage of this here. Okay, so that was that. Teaming ults, always good. But things to note with your ability kit is that you have a really good kit in the game for taking out your squishies and fulfilling your purpose. And so what we have is the deflect and the dash. So what you really want to do is engage the fight, throw a couple of shuriken. Oh god. Throw a couple of shuriken, engage that fight, and then once the enemy's provoked, they're going to look for an opportunity to fight back, basically. So after about 1 or 2 shuriken throws, you want to throw up your deflect, and then continue to throw your shurikens until they're low on health, and then you dash. Never dash. Hold on, looks like the internet's crapping out. That was weird. Okay, so that was weird. That never happens in actual competitive play. Oh well, it must be server things. So what was I saying? So with your dash, you never want to just dash just because. What you really should do is make sure the enemy's low on health before you dash, because when you kill an enemy with the dash, it automatically resets the cooldown. So what you could do is shuriken, dash, finish them off, shuriken, dash, finish another one off, for shuriken, dash another one off, and then before you know it, you've taken out the whole team if you have the skill to do it. And that's how you see these pro plays of Genji, where they like do a massive team wipe. It's all about the dash. They never use it when it's not ready to be used. As for the ults, what you really should do is never go in by yourself with the sword. You should always have a team to back you up and take the heat off of you, because you are really squishy. Oh my god. You are really squishy. The enemy team can take you out even with your deflect, and so what you really should be doing is wait for the enemy to engage, get on the flank, wait for the bullets to start flying, let your Ana know if you have one that you're ready, and then what you should do is dash in the air and then pop your ult. Because once you've popped your ult as Genji, it resets your dash cooldown, which again, as I said, is probably the best thing in his kit. And so... Oh, well, let's just take out this healer here. Oh, it's like we're playing Deja Vu here. Oh, pick that up. Smart. Anyway, so what you should do is this. Oh god. Well, I guess I was low on health already to begin with. But anyway, the whole thing about that is, why did I jump up in the air like that? Well, let me answer your question. So when you jump up in the air with Genji and you pop your ult, it resets your dash. And so there's no harm in dashing up into the air because you're not wasting it. What that allows you to do is get an oversight of the entire enemy team and what the battlefield looks like, and you can pick your targets wisely. So what I did was I went directly for Zarya, because what she can do is put a barrier on and graviton, and the last thing I need when I'm Genji is to be graviton with my ult. So I always typically target Zarya if I can deal massive amounts of damage with my blade, so that way I can clean up everyone else without having a problem or being like cockblocked. So that's pretty much Genji in a nutshell, I think. Never stop jumping. You should always take advantage of his agility. Never stop jumping. Always spam your fire, because with the spread fire, your fire rate is much higher, so you can dish out more damage per second in group settings. So, as opposed to your sniping style, which takes a little bit longer to hurl all three instead of throwing them at once. This is... Oh my gosh. See, even with the deflect, you can still die. I don't think... Yeah, I can't deflect that laser, yeah. That's bad.
Again.
As for matchups with Genji, like I said, try not to go for tanks unless your enemy team is group engaging on them, and you can help clean up that fight really quickly, but never solo engage a tank. If you're doing your flanking job, what you should do is focus the healers, focus the DPS,
Into the iris.
and particular matchups that are good for Genji are immobile DPS like McCree, or immobile healers like Ana and Zenyatta. Mercy's going to be a little harder just because she can fly around. Lucio's always hard for everyone just because, you know, he's Lucio, he's super small, he's super fast, got a tiny hitbox. Hold on, this Zarya is going to be a nightmare. Oh my god. Unfortunately, the ult does not reset the deflect. That would have been nice. So, good matchups again are defense characters, immobile DPS, and healers. Specifically Ana and Zenyatta. So, characters like Bastion, Torbjorn, Hanzo, Widowmaker, McCree, maybe not so much Pharah. She's a little harder to get, but you can still pull it off. Oh god. Bad characters to go up against are Roadhog and Zarya, Reinhardt. Other Genjis are kind of difficult to deal with as well, but I guess as a DPS, that's kind of your job, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Yeah, really just about any squishy, but always target the immobile ones first, because any bit of DPS you can take out as quickly as possible is a benefactor for not only you and your team. Just because, you know, pick off the easiest ones first. That way, if you do die against a really mobile DPS, at least you've taken out something beforehand. So, always hit your immobiles first. Other than that, the inner workings of Genji, how to get good with them, is learn how to perfectly time your ability kits, because with Genji, none of your cooldowns are relatively fast. You've got to be very efficient with them. Because when you're in the fight, he's basically like McCree, where if he doesn't have his abilities, he's absolutely going to get wrecked. He needs his deflect for self-defense because he's really squishy, and his dash is the... Oh. Custom game end by Monarch. Oh, that must have been the end of the time.
Traveling to Hanamura.
But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. That was Genji. So
10 seconds remaining.
make sure you just target the right people and use your abilities wisely. Don't misuse them. Always time it right, and you should excel at Genji. And make sure that your ult is coordinated with, just as any character should be. And oh, that looks bad, doesn't it? Oh well, I'm busy talking. I don't care. So yeah,
Play of
that's Genji. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you. If you need any further explanations, just let me know, and I will cover that in more depth. So yeah, there you go. Have a good day, everyone.
double, triple